A hearty welcome from the Honest Nib to one and all. Firstly, I must apologize for the slow uploads of the videos this week. This week has not been a good week for the Honest Nib. I was involved in a motor vehicle accident and my car is in bad shape. I'm alright. A few aches and pains, but nothing to even speak of really. So, in order to cheer myself up, I decided I would show you guys my local Pen-ography store. Notice I said Pen-ography, and that is specifically for the YouTube algorithm before it gets itself into a twist. I jest. To cheer myself up, I went to my local pen store in Sandton City, Johannesburg, to have a look and see what they have in their display cabinets. And I thought you might enjoy this being something slightly different from the Honest Nib. What you're seeing here is some of my favorite pens. Cross pens, Schaefer, Mont Blanc to come in the video, and a few other interesting items. Yeah, the Mont Blanc Writer's Edition and Around the World Edition pens are really interesting to me. Something I would love to add to my collection, however at this moment a bit expensive. This here is the Romeo and Juliet. Something I've held a few times in my hand already, but just cannot do it. For it is well known my feelings about Mont Blanc: excellent pens, excellent manufacture, overpriced. But that is relative, and that's a discussion for another day. Here we have some Hugo Boss pens. Interesting, not really my thing, but I can understand it fully if it is your cup of tea. Pilot, a perennial favorite, especially for me, the red wine Pilot 74 Custom. A fantastic writer. I have it in broad. It is beautiful, it is smooth, and it writes fantastic. The other Custom 845, I apologize, in the vermilion red has been ordered already in January. But me being me, I've ordered it with a broad nib, and man am I waiting for that pen. It is taking forever to come. Here we have the Pilot Falcon. Note, it's the Pilot Falcon, not the Pilot with a falcon nib. This is different. This is a soft, broad nib, and the line weight that this pen gives is truly fascinating. Regrettably, this is not my pen and belongs to a friend of mine. He so graciously allowed me to ink the pen and to look at it and to film it for you guys so that you may enjoy this hobby just as much as I do. Here we are in the shop before it's been inked, before he's purchased it, when he's still vacillating over the question, should I or shouldn't I buy it? To me, there's no question. It's a beautiful pen and it writes wonderfully. Some Watermans here. If you are familiar with my channel, you know that I have reviewed the Waterman Kareen and one other. The name now slips my mind. Waterman pens, I remember years ago, were obtainable luxury. When I was still in school, I had a Waterman fountain pen, which I mistakenly lent to a friend who I thought was a friend, who then also proceeded to bend the nib so that it looked almost like a piece of spaghetti. That brings back sad memories, but that is a long time ago. Some of the ink collection, some of the Diamine, the Shizuku inks, and yes, it is a sickness, for I have most of them. Yeah, we have some Lemmies. Lemmies are hit and miss for me. I enjoy some of them not so much. And at these prices there you can see 2,090 rand for a Lamy pen, which works out in the order of about 150 US dollars, to me feels a bit excessive. Pelican, always a beautiful pen. Several Pelicans have been reviewed on this channel. The Pelican 849, the Pelican 805, and I vacillated whether to get the M1000. But this matte black 805 is truly an awesome pen and is more than enough for most people. Some chafers. The coffee chafers are very, very popular. I do like them and may one day also add them to my collection, for they are not that expensive. It is with thanks to the store owners that I was allowed to record in their store, to also show my viewers what it is we also have here in the southern tip of Africa. For the world has changed, and the perception used to be that we were a backwater state, a backwater country. Not anymore. Hasn't been for a long time, and we too appreciate the beautiful items that are out there. So folks, when you look at this collection, the selection that the shop has, you can see that there will be in the future several of these pens that will also be reviewed on the Honest Nib. But first, I have a rather large account that requires settling with them. And if I don't get an invite to the Christmas party, there might be some questions asked. I jest, of course. Up next is a Mont Blanc cake. Not a cake. A Mont Blanc collection of inks, but it certainly does look like a cake, that I will be reviewing shortly on the channel. So this here is just a teaser. I will not open it yet in this video, but here we can see already that there are 6 colors: Modena red, manganese orange, golden yellow, Irish green, Egyptian blue, and amethyst purple. Well folks, I hope you enjoyed this little tour of my local store. If you enjoyed this video and if you found it of use or of interest, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Take care of yourself, drive safely, for we all know that those around us don't always do what they must. And until we meet again, this has been another presentation of the Honest Nib. Bye-bye.